Hey YouTube, Omarosa, Omarosa, get in here, gal. Omarosa maggot roll. One of the most hated people, I believe, in Black history. Certainly one of the most hated in current times, because there wasn't but two in the damn White House, and her and Ben Carson. So I think she beat out Ben Carson. Omarosa maggot roll. Omarosa has come now. She's got her book. She's got her book out, and she says that Donald Trump is a racist. I said, well, goddamn. When you come to that conclusion, the thing is, you know he's a racist. You know he was a bigot. You say he frequently used the N-word. That's what she said. It's out of her mouth, out of her book. If you knew all that information, you knew he was lying about minorities. You knew he had hate in his heart. How could you stick with that man for, what was it, 10, 15 years? I mean, long before the presidency, because she called you on a reality show. Shortly after that is when you began your admiration for Donald Trump. Here's what you said. The entire world will have to bow down to Donald Trump. Paraphrase. You said it sounded more disgusting. All right, Omarosa. You sat in the White House, did nothing, ripped us off for a paycheck for whatever it was, a year or so. You say that they fired, when they fired you, see, you're a vindictive woman. When they fired you, they offered you $15,000 a month to keep your mouth shut, right? You calculated that, no, I can make more from a book. Although I don't know. You're not the beloved Omarosa. Many people are not going to buy your book out of protest. So I don't know why you think you're going to write a book and it's going to bring in millions of dollars like Sarah Palin or Hillary Clinton or somebody. You're not that interesting. Basically, you did nothing. And now you're saying that this man is a bigot and a racist. Well, we've all figured that out already. My issue is, what in the hell were you doing sitting up under him for all that time? And how in the hell did you hear him use the N-word? Does that mean that you were like one of the old-time house Negroes? I won't say the other word. I'll just say house Negroes who would have to serve the people where they worked, and the people would talk about them like they weren't even there. In other words, Donald Trump can use the N-word around you because you're his African American. Omarosa, you are a strange one, honey. You're a strange one, and then you have the nerve to call yourself a pastor. You could possibly be one of the most despised African Americans in the public. You're not in the public. You're going to get a couple of months from this book thing, but you are the pastor of the church. What it confirms for me is that this whole pastor thing, this whole above the higher standard for pastors, it confirms that a lot of it is just bullshit. A lot of it is bullshit. If you could be the type of person you are, where you cannot even sit on the stage with somebody without insulting them. Do you guys remember her on The View? She told Joy Byer, what's her name? Is her name Joy Byer? She said, that's my husband out there. His stand-up husband, so I can see you. You're black. She told her, maybe someday, Joy, you'll get so fortunate as to have a man. That's a disgusting human being. Even with people like Joy Reid, news, it's hard to watch. She's so disgusting and so insulting. So now she's going to tell us what we already know. I want her to explain what she's telling us, what we already know. Explain, how were you able to hear that man use that language? He had to be using it in your presence. In your presence, we would make you a house Negro. You can sit up there and watch your boss degrade, denigrate. I'm sure it wasn't just African Americans. You can watch that, see that, come out in front of the camera and lie, 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 lie. Your character matches his character. Quiet is kept. That's what we figured. That's why they get along. Many suspected that you were also his bed wench. Allegedly. Hear that, people? Allegedly. Many people felt like that because they say, well, what does she do exactly? So Omarosa is coming out with this book. And she tells us that she has tapes of him using this racist language. She was taping the president of the United States, right? Because she knows she had to make an exit at some point. My question is, how were you in a place where you could hear this kind of language and it would not upset you enough to leave that administration? You didn't leave. You didn't leave till they fired you. They practically had to carry you out of the White House. You resisted. You didn't want to go. So this is your get back. So I don't know if turning down $15,000 a month to keep your mouth shut was worth. I think you might have missed your last opportunity. I don't see this book as making $15,000 a month. Now you'll have a couple of months. You write a book, you stir up a little interest. You have a couple of months that might get it in that range, but ongoing. Mm-mm. No, Omarosa, you're not First Lady. You're not Senator Maggot Roll. You're not anybody. And you're a despicable person. It's hard to watch you talk. Everyone will have to bow down to the feet of Donald Trump. And then you go back to your hotel room and let him call you nigger. Oh, excuse me, the language. Let's just assume that he wasn't calling her an African American. You're telling us, Omarosa, that all the time you worked for that man, all the time you were in his presence, all the time you was on his team, you knew he was a racist. You knew it, and you stayed. You didn't leave. The only way you left is when they threw you out. These tapes might be interesting to see what you put up with, what kind of a person you are. I don't know how you match that with being a pastor, a minister, pastor. I just don't see how you can lead people, morally lead people, when it appears that you have no more morality than Trump. You're basically the same. You're different. Okay, you're one of the outside layers. Trump's the white, and I guess the other one. What was his name? Whatever. He had two blacks. He's in the middle. And he wasn't holding his tongue around you. Sounds like a house Negro to me. I don't know why you would stay there that long, knowing that man was a racist. Inserting yourself into the fights. All the fights we had about his racism. Charlottesville. All the times the race came into the picture, you got up in front of everyone and lied on behalf of a racist bigot. So, yeah, let's read your book. I'm not going to buy it. I mean, I don't think a lot of people are just not going to buy it in protest. But we're interested about the story. As you said, here's a story. I got quite a story to tell. You should have been more likable so we would be curious enough to want to read your book. All right. Omarosa Maggot Roll. Let's watch this unfold. See if she has any real information other than she was a house Negro. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I clicked my camera off. Hold on. There it is. Goodbye.